Hello everyone, welcome to a new video. Today I want to do something a little bit different and tell you about Jane Davenport. Now I know there are going to be probably plenty of you that are like, of course we know who she is. She's like queen of colour and inspiration to many artists all around the world. But she is new to me, so I thought maybe you might not have heard of her. I thought I would just share a little bit about her work. So Jane Davenport is an artist full of expression, colour, beautiful whimsical figures usually, and I discovered her when I was in America, I think autumn year before last, browsing around a Michael's store, and there was this display of just this most beautiful art supplies. And I was like, oh my gosh, they are absolutely beautiful. And then I found a book called Whimsical Girls, and I picked it up, had a flick through. I ummed and ahed, I wasn't sure. I took a photo of my phone of it all and just thought about it. I wasn't sure if I had the luggage allowance to take any of this stuff home with me, so I just sort of left it. And when she sort of played on my mind, I kept thinking of this beautiful packaging of this art, and I looked her up to see if we could get any of her supplies in England, and you can, some of it, not all. Amazon.co.uk do have quite a few bits from her range, but what I was particularly interested in, at least to begin with, was her books. So this is the one I want to talk to you about today. It's called Whimsical Girls and it's called Happy Hour Art Journal. The idea being, I mean, there's even a timesheet where you try and do a little bit every day and it adds up to an hour at the end of the week. And so the idea is we've all got busy lives, and this is absolutely true. I always want to do more arty crafty stuff, but you know, life gets in the way and it never quite reaches the top of the list, does it? And what this book is so good at is that it's to me it was almost like a lifeline back to art. Do you know what I mean? It'd been a while and I always get a bit nervous. I don't necessarily want to start painting again on a blank page, and I'm aiming to be a Winnie the Pooh. I want to be able to paint a picture, and if it turns out to be rubbish, just enjoy the process and be happy with my time spent enjoying myself. But I'm probably a bit more of a tigger, and I'm a bit impatient, and my expectations, what I vision in my head is never quite as good on the page, and I get disappointed. And this is just that perfect book for me because part of the picture is done for you. Some of them are definitely more like an adult colouring book. This picture, for example, there's plenty to colour in, but then there's space around the page and you can take it as far as you want to go with your creativity. So as I was just sort of jumping back into it all, I've just been using it more as a colouring book, but I do find that most adult colouring books do have just too many lines. I don't want to stay all defined. I feel a little bit confined sometimes by those pictures. So this is perfect because her style of art, you have lines but you can paint over them, and it's very much more just an expression of how you're feeling, and that's why I love it so much, because you can't go wrong with it. Nothing has to be perfect. And because she's like started it off for you, you don't have that scary moment where like, oh, I'm not sure. And quite often the figures are done for you, so you're not worrying about proportions and things like that. Right, so the bulk of this book is made up of what they call colouring paper. It's not really meant for getting all that wet, and that's what most of the pages are. Then there's a few pages that are craft paper, which I've not tried yet. It does say that it will wrinkle if it gets too wet, to be aware of that, but I'll give it a try and see what happens. Then there's, I think, 6 pages of marker paper and 4 pages of watercolour paper, and there's a couple of pages of collage paper and a sticker sheet at the back. So there's a whole variety of things you can try out, and I'll just show you what I've done so far. It's not very much. I've had this book a while, and really for that amount of time I should definitely have done more. I've definitely not been keeping up with my 1 hour a week. So at the beginning I just started using my Derwent colouring pencils to just sort of shade things in, and just had a little play with that. So, and I also had a try with brush pens for this one, but I didn't use water to blend it together. The next one is just back to ordinary colouring pencils. Same with this one of the three girls. And then I thought, well, I would try a little bit of getting the paper wet and see what would happen. So this one is actually with my Derwent Inktense sticks, which are water soluble, water blendable. And yeah, the paper wrinkled a little bit, but it's fine. It's not too bad. And that was fun. So I think I mainly continued with that, and actually I took the Inktense sticks and pencils with me when I went back to America for my last couple of trips. And this is what I did sometimes when I just needed a break from work. Yeah, so as you can see, the Inktense is much more vibrant and actually much more in style with Jane Davenport's type of art. And then I've just started doing the mane of the unicorn, and that's as far as I've got. But now I've discovered that Jane Davenport has a YouTube channel, and I have just sort of become a little bit obsessed, and I've just spent the last sort of few days just watching as many videos as I can, and I am so inspired to sort of go back into these pages and have a real practice, have a real play, get out all my other art supplies and just have a play with them and fill all the pages rather than just colouring the pictures or adding to it a little bit. I'm going to try and treat it like a proper art journal. I've never actually done an art journal, and actually in America I think most people know what that is, but over here in England it's not very well known. I was actually in a business Facebook group the other day, and there was a meeting going on and someone was teaching art journaling and nobody had heard of it, no one knew what it was. So it's not so common over here, I don't think, but I really want to, I really want to have more of a go with mixed media. I don't really know if art journaling appeals to me, but this is my chance to have a go with it and see how it works out. So I also went on Amazon, and actually these two are the first books I bought. One is Fabulous Figures and one is Beautiful Faces. And I bought these for myself because I actually do want to practice figures, I want to practice drawing people. And I thought, well, that's learning, isn't it? I'm allowed to buy things that help you to learn a new skill, whereas this feels a bit more indulgent. But in the end, this has been the one that I've used more, and I've not really properly sat down to try the techniques in these two books. But what I'm going to do is practice these in this book, in those blank spaces, and try and build up that confidence and build up perhaps a bit of my own style. We shall see how we go. Yeah, like I said, I'm a little bit obsessed, and I saw those art supplies in Michael's and I was a little bit skeptical. I thought, oh, I didn't really understand what a lot of the things were because they're different names. Colour sticks, I mean, I didn't know what a colour stick was. I didn't want to spend, I don't know, $30, $40, $50 on a tin of something I didn't really know what it was. I didn't want to get it home, find it was just, oh, it's just an ordinary pack of felt tip pens or something. But since watching the YouTube videos, I am just totally sucked in now. It's definitely, I don't care if I'm paying a little bit more for the pretty packaging and the Jane Davenport branding. I'm sold, I don't mind. So I've also been trying to see where I can buy the Jane Davenport art supplies in Britain, because I've never seen them. I had never heard of her before. I think I would have remembered if I'd seen them in an art shop here. So I'm really pleased that I was wandering around a Michael's in America. And by the way, Michael's is sort of the equivalent to a Hobbycraft over here. That's where they stock her stuff. I'll just quickly go and get what I bought, what has arrived in the post today. I have bought a few things. I've got a couple of things on my wish list, and my birthday is coming up, so we'll see what happens. But so far I have bought a tin of aqua pastels and a packet of colour sticks in a silky skin. Is that what it's called? Making Faces, which are described as smooth, blendable, water-soluble, non-toxic gel crayon to use on multiple surfaces. And I'm so excited to try these, but I'm saving them. Honestly, I feel like I've got a little halo over my head because the temptation is so great to open these, but I want to save them for a big sort of unboxing and trying and first impressions and trying out all my Jane Davenport supplies, and that will be in another video after my birthday in a couple of weeks. So I think that's it really. I just wanted to share my I don't know, enthusiasm for Jane Davenport, and particularly this book, because it really has sort of helped me when I really wanted to do some drawing, but if I was feeling stressed or in a bad mood, and I knew I probably wasn't in the right frame of mind for, if it wasn't as perfect as I wanted it to be. So this is definitely what I've been turning to. And actually she has a new book out that's I think it's called Whimsical Wild, and it includes animals as well. So as soon as this is finished, I shall definitely be getting that one, and I suspect if she hasn't got another one by the time I finish that one, if she hasn't got another book out by then, I might even repurchase this, and so that I always have something for those times where I just really want to draw or really want to paint and I don't want to have any pressure on it. Do you know what I mean? So I will definitely take you along whilst I carry on filling in this book, and I feel, like I said, I feel definitely ready to take it a step further from just colouring in with pencil. I think I'm just going to let this paper wrinkle up even more and layer on the colours. Yeah, I'm looking forward to that. So I'll show you what I come up with. Like I said, I'm new to this, so it won't be brilliant, but hopefully it will be fun. And that's the main thing, isn't it? I hope you enjoyed watching. If you did, please give this video a thumbs up. Please share with your friends. I would really appreciate that. And if you're new, please hit subscribe and the bell notification. I'd love to see you again. And I'll see you again next time. Thanks for watching. Thanks for watching. Bye.